Somewhere in your house, there might be a small bowl with a name printed on it, or a collar with a tag, or a creature who has never spoken a single word to you. Yet you call out to it every single day, like it understands exactly who it is. It doesn't know what a name even means. But you gave it one anyway. Why? Think about that for a second. You don't name your toaster. You don't name the chair you sit in every morning. But the moment something breathes, blinks, and looks back at you, your brain does something strange. It reaches for a name. And once that name exists, everything changes. This habit is older than you might think. Long before pets slept on couches, your ancestors were already doing this. Around 15,000 years ago, somewhere in what is now Siberia or Europe, a wolf wandered closer to a human campfire than wolves usually dared. Maybe it was after scraps. Maybe it was curious. Either way, a person decided not to chase it off. That single decision started something enormous. Over generations, those wolves changed. Their skulls shrank. Their temperaments softened. They became dogs. And somewhere in that long, slow transformation, humans stopped seeing them as wild animals and started seeing them as something closer to family. Naming was the proof. A name turns a creature from the animal into someone. So what is actually happening inside your brain when you do this? Psychologist Nicholas Epley at the University of Chicago has spent years studying a process called anthropomorphism, which is just a complicated word for treating something non-human as if it has a human mind. Epley's research found that people are far more likely to anthropomorphize something when they feel lonely or want connection. Your brain isn't being irrational. It's solving a problem. It wants connection, and a name is the fastest shortcut to creating it. There's another piece to this puzzle, and it goes back to a researcher named Konrad Lorenz. In the 1940s, Lorenz noticed something curious about baby animals and human babies alike. Big eyes, round faces, small noses. He called this the baby schema, and he discovered that these features trigger a powerful caretaking instinct in humans almost automatically. Puppies and kittens happen to check nearly every one of those boxes. Your brain sees those features and responds the same way it would respond to a human infant. And once your brain treats something like a baby, giving it a name feels almost unavoidable. Here's where it gets even stranger. In 1997, psychologist John Archer published research arguing that pet attachment isn't some accidental glitch in human evolution. It might be a byproduct of parental instincts that misfire, in a good way, onto animals that resemble dependent young. Archer suggested that pets exploit ancient caregiving circuits that were built for raising children. Naming an animal in this light isn't silly at all. It's your oldest parenting software running in the background, just pointed at a different species. Now for some details that might genuinely surprise you. Surveys conducted in the United States have repeatedly found that a majority of pet owners describe their animals as full members of the family, not simply property. Many owners report using a different tone of voice specifically reserved for their pet, a pattern researchers call pet-directed speech, which mirrors the exaggerated, melodic tone adults use with infants. Some studies have found that people are more likely to remember a stranger's pet's name than the stranger's own name. There's also evidence that talking to a named pet out loud activates similar brain regions involved in social bonding with other humans. And in multiple studies, owners who name their pets are significantly more likely to grieve their loss with symptoms resembling human bereavement. Even the way people choose names follows patterns. Research into pet naming trends shows that names often shift to mirror whatever human names are currently popular, suggesting pets are being woven into the same emotional category as children, not treated as a separate class of object. A name isn't just a label. It's an invitation into your social world. This is where the ancient and the modern collide. Your brain didn't evolve in a world with golden retrievers waiting by the door, or goldfish swimming in glass bowls. It evolved to bond with a small number of people, learn their names, and rely on them for survival. Today, a pet slips into that same emotional slot. The bond feels real because, neurologically, it largely is real. Oxytocin, the same hormone linked to human bonding and trust, rises in both humans and dogs during eye contact and affectionate interaction. Naming the animal isn't decoration on top of the relationship. It's the entry point into it. And maybe that explains something deeper about being human in general. You are a species built to need connection so badly that your mind will form it almost anywhere it can. With a parent, a friend, a stranger, or a creature who will never once say your name back. Somewhere in your house, there might be a small bowl with a name printed on it. And maybe that name was never really about the animal at all. Maybe it was about you, and just how far your heart is willing to reach to feel a little less alone.